Dodonut is behind the high tide, so they're playing the element of surprise here. What? How does that happen? A 2 versus 1 now behind the high tide. Dodonut comes in for the last 2 kills. Another Lenovo clutch. All those pings are coming out. They know that Lace is somewhere, is going to be on the rotate. Lacey, all she's doing right now is just waiting for the TPs. Here's the first one. So information on the second one. The second TP comes across. The other ones could focus on pressuring towards the back of the side, towards spawn. And now with this 1v1 towards the elbow, that's the information of all 3 players over at DSG. The last 2 coming in, tap on a spike. Dodonut's trying to move forward. Lazy Line coming in for the support. Lace then answers right back from the hookah area on that pinch. And Complexityy answers with the first pistol of the series.
That's huge. Seekers now will reveal so many pivoting positions, especially misu inside of elbow. It's going to reveal away hookah, but it's not enough. Rayse already falls. That post-plant molly's completely gone outside of Clawdia's molly.
So once again, a great adjustment that we just did there for DSG, focusing on the hookah, giving away the long B side. But the plant will still come through. You're playing a little bit more passively towards the back of the site. Now with this pick, though, Lace is going to get a lot of information for Complexityy. Here are all the defenders now posted up towards this hookah. 3 out in there. A flash to allow for them to push out. Fully blinded is Jazzyk1ns, forced to fall back towards the octagon. The crossfire is still set up, though. She gets that pick onto Lazy Line, and the trade-off happens. Still, the advantage comes out here. Now make that a Jazzyk1ns highlight reel in that last frag.
Lazy will be trying to either bait out information inside of B long, or even just pushing past it, disrespecting this. Oh, Cascade, but what about Unstable?
Unstable's getting 2, drops down. And now you're playing the numbers. Oh, I'm liking this. They're walking back towards it. They actually knew it. The 6th sense comes out for Complexityy, but Hannah's there for the trade. Lazy Line falls, but Hannah gets 2. It's up to Lace, Guardian in hand. Trying to get another 1v1, maybe isolate, maybe another push coming out from DSG towards the hookah. So she's trying to find that right now. And that's going to be the main objective, not the spike yet. There's that jump in. There's that overcommitment. There's the punish. Very well done by Lace. Just on the off angle, gets the wall bang also onto misu. There's the ult. Weapon picked up. You know where the last player is at with the spike.
30 seconds. There's very little time. This has to be perfect from Lace. Spike given away, but look at that stim beacon. It's a trace of where Hannah was. It's a wraparound, though.
You do that with the ult, right? So at the same time, the stim is allowing you to walk across the other way. 13 seconds left on the clock, you're going to start booking it, and it's all going to get heard by Hannah.
10 seconds left.
A plant safe is going to be a good one.
Is there time? Just barely. Oh, milliseconds left.
Hannah ADS's. What a shot there by Lace. A fake plant to come in with the Lenovo Legion clutch. Seekers on the attack. This will be an opportunity for a high tide to come through, just to slow it down for a bit, but there's not going to be any trap plays coming from behind it. So an orbital strike instead, coming from the spawn.
Oh my god.
Players, and look at all these skills coming through. So maybe a little bit of a misread coming out for Complexityy, maybe trying to get some sort of timing by jumping outside the window, but admitted the fact that Hannah had her orbital strike. So now you only have 2 players left alive. Hat being thrown out to get the information on the last 2 players.
Anywhere you go for J1, you have to find info with this guiding light. There it is, the double swings out.
Flash off the trip.
Oh no, even Lacey was flashed. That's not good. Oh, keep him alive, 2 seconds. Oh, beautiful! Removing so many guns is good for Complexityy.
The timing on that one from misu was really nice. Showstopper then comes out on the attack. There's that rotate coming through here from DSG as they lose Unstable in the process of anchoring towards that site. Lazy Line on their rotate, picked up a Vandal, and they have their own Showstopper to retake the site. 1 smoke also available. misu with the whole kit. And she'll be looking to pivot back towards this hookah area. You'll see the suffocating retake once again of DSG against Complexityy.
Great stall. Sky Smoke was down. Molly in return. Jazzy cannot push up. Orbital striked out.
Preemptive one, but at least it runs the time down. There's
just a stall.
Only 1 player able to come through. Nice little molly. The cove then comes across and gets broken. There's the push forward. And unfortunately there for Complexityy, won't be able to hold the pulse plant. A wall comes up as well, allowing the defenders to rotate back for Complexityy. The wall then comes down and they open up with the first 2 kills, but then DSG's answer rights back. A 1v1 within the site, a dink forward onto Lace, but she stays alive as she wins that fight against misu. Dodonut now in a 2 versus 1. An opportunity to clutch this one here, but as she throws out the cage, Rayse gets the timing to swing out and they pick off the kill. This is an opportunity to just go for a showstopper off a tap. DSG has to be aware of this right now, as they haven't really used the Trailblazer to get the info yet.
Oh no, the timing of that Viper wall, already DSG scaled past.
It's a flash. There you go. Fully blind. Doesn't matter. Showstopper with the pick. Nice assist from Lace as well as they double up and take control of showers and deny all of that util. And also The Seekers from Unstable. Huge advantage to start things off for Complexity.
Absolutely. No spike picked up, though. Minute left on the clock. Still poking, prodding, discovering. No map space gained at all for DSG. And what can you do here now? Formulating, putting yourself back together. Keep in mind that Viper wall connecting from the teleporter over on B site. Should cut off Hookah. Should cut off Garden. The Trailblazer to help secure at least a little bit more info. Doesn't spot anybody. The timing of DSG scaling the Hookah is too good. The Rayse has the info.
Oh, the dink, and then finally with the Phantom, the wall bang through the boxes. Hannah falls, and that's the spike as well. 30 seconds left on the clock, and Lace gets one through the smoke from the spawn. So unfortunately, it's up to Misu, and I think at this point on a 5 versus 1, you're going to have to save.
What can the Trailblazer find? Information, high tide, so needed. Oh! Wow! Through the smokes!
That timing, the Viper wall coming back up, and you're just running bullets through, denying all those ults. An advantage in terms of players here as dodonut is trying to do the hero play. Information now, Neural Theft coming out. There's that Molly coming through, just trying to delay, but it misses. So there's an opportunity for dodonut to work the map, pick up the spike, and maybe even come back towards the B side. She's slowly walking in that area.
Boombot.
Boombot's
discovered.
Not gonna spot her yet. So this could be false information right now, but the smoke dissipates. Jazzyk1ns now get spotted. Dodonut now makes it a 1 versus 1. The plant comes in, and you saw the molly that came up from the spawn, so she knows that Clawdia's there! Swings out for the kill instantly! And another Lenovo Legion clutch, this time coming out for DSG. Yeah, camera set up to watch towards Long B, so the focus there was just trying to get that.
Oh my god!
The picks, that's Jay1 knocking Lazy Lion out of the air with the satchels. Trailblazer coming through. There's the orbital strike, but being used towards the right side. Unstable pushing forward towards the U-Haul to deny Jay1 as she was getting her dog out. And now an opt for a retake, very, very hard to do.
Oh,
Comes across, but there's still delays. There's still a trap available, but there's also still smokes available, and it's going to be a ring around the rosy. The DSG is actually going back for short once again. Clawdia gets a nice pick, though, onto dodonut. That might foil the plans for DSG to start things off.
Back over again, Sky Smoke's back out. A 2v3, high tide back open, cutting off A site in half. They don't know about Jazzy's position inside of lamps.
Beautiful orbital strike just to isolate that. Unstable walking forward, trying to think
2v2.
that they were able to get a surprise attack there. As they're isolating different duels, they both get denied. Misu's the second one to fall. So thankfully here for Jazzyk1ns and for Clawdia, staying cool and getting ready and reading the re-pivot towards this A site gives a huge advantage for Complexity to fight right back. Hannah solo, trying to ADS back towards the spawn, and Jazzyk1ns pops her. Dog moving forward and more deniability. Once again, that's Karra just clay pigeon shooting up in the air. Lazy Line falls one more time, as Dodonut's trying to push forward. There's only 13 seconds left. Right now for DSG, they have to commit within this A site. There's that bloodbath coming through. Deniability off the satchels. It's beautiful for Complexity as the spike falls. Now finally one picking it up, and through the cyber cages, both players of DSG falls down. Again, they're not getting really any information yet. A flash came down here from Jay1. They didn't really see anything, so they have to jiggle. This might be an opportunity to punish for DSG. As a Reckoning comes out, Showstopper at the same time, right at the feet. Lazy Line could have had that shot, but at least Dodonut comes in for the trade. Jay1 then for the pick towards long, it's a 1-for-1. Dodonut trying to scale back within the site, but there's still a player holding within the smoke, and that is Clawdia. A planned attempt from Misu. Not successful yet, as she's forced to fall back away from it. Clawdia goes around the orb, but then once again, a 1-for-1 on both ends. A 2 versus 2 advantage now for DSG, as you have to retake with a not with Lace. Now finally the orb gets broken up as the players are moving in. Cypher ult coming out here from Lace, getting the information on the 2 players here of the attack. Forced to now play outside of the octagon. There's that shot off the second ping of the Neural Theft. Now the spray comes across, you're trying to get that pick. The wall's about to come down as Rayse calls it. And now as it comes across, Lace gets the pick, and Complexity takes map point.
Only one body's fallen, that's Jazzy. That means all that controller capability, that lack of line of sight denial. Oh, never mind, way too early.
Gets that nice little shot in that cove, trying to scale within the site was a little bit too late there for DSG. Now here comes the Seekers, but DSG is able to fight back. Hannah with the pick also has an orbital strike. An advantage comes back here for DSG. It's been used towards the elbow just to push the players back to allow DSG to come in for a plant, as the last 2 players of Complexity held back by a high tide towards the spawn.
Chops the site in half, forcing util from Rayse now inside of elbow, making sure no one can push up as they try to push back into site for retake. 2 left alive.
Dodonut is behind the high tide, so they're playing the element of surprise here.
What?
How does that happen? A 2 versus 1 up behind the high tide. Dodonut comes in for the last 2 kills. Another Lenovo clutch as we move into the extra innings.
Oh, dodonut. If you can remove Lazy here, that'll be gigantic for OT.
We're just playing the information game on both ends. The flash is coming out, the pinch in, but it's being denied by Complexityy. Overcommitment coming through from the high tide with an attempt of a trap player rather. Not too sure if Unstable missed a flash there, but those two players coming through the TP got denied.
Overwhelmed potentially. dodonut has to hold it all with an up and a shorty in play.
The flank may not work there. It's going to be a little bit too late, and at the same time, the trap is there. So dodonut falls, a glass cannon off, cannot get any results, as even there, the flank is not getting any result either. misu, the last player remaining, showstopper coming out, running down that clock, is being shot right away, and Complexityy are looking to just chase down this last kill. Staying as a death ball, all 5 players together, wall coming up too on the attack. There is that cove, the spray to break it right away, and rayse jumps in with the shorty.
That tripwire still there. Double blast back from Lazy Lion. Will we see it? Yes, no teleport. Where's Spike going to go? 23 seconds left. It has to go A site.
And Lace even using the cage.
Oh.
Player waiting. Oh, wow. Still isolates the first. rayse with the support. There's only 1 player left. A 4 versus 1 as Hannah's finally able to get a pick within rayse. 10 seconds now on the clock. Satchel down. And now Complexityy are pinching through. Nice shot at 1 HP now. There's no time left. Now sticking on to the spike. There's no wall bang coming across, and finally it does as Jazzyk1ns comes in. And it took extra innings, but Complexityy still manages to get Bind in their hands.
Clawdia being pressured so heavily, no utility left.
Yeah, that's it. All the nanostorms already dropped down, and now we're just spraying through the smoke. The first blood yet to come through as a right-click classic comes in on a dink, on the push forward onto dodonut. The HP is quite low for DSG to start things off. And look at Clawdia just dancing around this nebula, and it's Complexityy all across the board to start things off. Another pistol under their belt. They won't hear the run across from the spawn, but it's this lurk now from Hannah, just by Ramen. The walk down towards the sewers, the timing could be perfect here. It's being watched by Lace. The ding comes across the 140 and then capitalizes on the kill. Low on HP, now activating DSG towards this A site. Clawdia has to anchor it up. There's smokes that's needed right now to support Clawdia within the end, but it's actually smoke towards the front of the A site. So she's playing the distance. The first pick there onto Lazy Lion. It's a little bit of pain shells. Now being pivoted, pushed down from the elbow in the back of the map. The trade-off happens, and the plant will also happen for DSG.
Seconds left.
Very little time. Spike finally goes down. Body's dwindling away for the defense. Any stars to work with? Yes, 2, but Jay1 so close, may easily fall before they can use it.
So we do have Lace available and alive here. 1 flash available, so just swinging out from the smoke. But that's the other swing from DSG on the other end of the pillar. A beautiful post plant hold in the end for the attack side.
The walls though activate. Clawdia on the other side. No util to activate though.
Just waiting off the turret. Oh, 2 instant picks coming out from DSG. So with the smokes dissipate, it was actually a surprise for Complexityy. Not ready for that one as well. Seekers coming out. I mean, that's just going to confirm that the spike's going down towards this B side. Not too much information to get kills and a showstopper. At least we'll get 2. An opportunity to bring this back for Complexityy, but Jazzyk1ns has his op, is trying to find at least a weapon to work with, a Vandal, a Phantom, anything. As she comes across here at the staircase. rayse trying to keep an eye open, looking back towards that flank of that mid staircase. As now the commitment's coming in now.
Post plant wall
in the back of the site.
Crossfire.
It's going to be too good here for DSG. It's looking slim here, but rayse is making it doable until dodonut comes across on the other end by that same staircase. There is that flank coming through from DSG as they take the lead. Everything's just being pinned so far. Positioning is still in favor of Complexityy. Now Seekers, you're trying to activate behind that, but only one of it is heading towards the A side, and that's a nice shot by Jazzyk1ns. Confident swing for that pick. dodonut answers right back. Now rayse has to hold within the back of the site, but does have support from Lace at the same time. Holding behind the Astra smoke. There's that first pick. The swing across the other one, a 3 into the round, and the 4th as well, trading off with rayse. And that's Complexityy tying up the game. Okay, there you go. When you isolated everybody there, Lazy Lion couldn't get anything against Clawdia. Unfortunately here for Unstable, no second flash, but at least the paranoia is there to push Jazzyk1ns away from her perch with the operator. Jay1 trying to turn the corner around the pillar. Flash is coming behind to try to support. There's also players coming in to support for Complexityy, but Unstable's the one that's holding their ground. As soon as Lace comes back though to even it up on a 2 versus 2 as it gets traded back by misu. Low HP are the players on the attackers of DSG, but they have the power in numbers now as they win the last 2 duels, and they tie up the game 6-6 now on the second map. They have a plant now for Complexityy with a 5 versus 5 retake. Rayse with the first contact. That's 2 players right there. Nice deniability, nice slowdown with the Viper's pit. Oh, sorry, the snake bite down on towards the ground. Paranoia trying to allow DSG to push right back towards the main. Here comes the rest of DSG towards the top of the B site. And there's that first blood for LazyLion. Drops down for a second headshot. Everything's working out for DSG. Instantly, all 5 players of Complexityy fall. And finally, the first pistol round, an important one for DSG. If you don't have to use a showstopper now, you could use it on the retake. So giving up the A site, you see how passively it's being played by DSG. They're okay to give up the site here for Complexityy. Now, for Complexityy though, looking to work up towards the A heaven. There is that drop inside. Now anchoring in within the site are the players of DSG, pivoting in that area. Nice little trap kill from dodonut, holding back towards the angle of the elbow. Gets that lineup with the Jay1. Then going for the close range battle against Rayse and finally gets dropped. And that's spiked down as well. Advantage for the defenders on the retake.
And look at this though, all through the chaos, it's LazyLion on the flank, completely unknown, no information at all. Heals underway, very little utility left for these attackers. In fact, they have no utility at all.
Paranoia gets no reach from misu though. So the most important thing is this right here, the showstopper coming out, but it's gonna land right at the feet of Rayse, up to LazyLion. Should I say Lace, sorry, to try to clutch the 2 versus 1, but instantly misu comes out with support on the front of the map. And DSG now take the lead by 2. So this is going to be a free plant now for Complexityy. So I like it. Using the Cosmic Divide to your favor, the plant comes down. Lace is going to be 1 away from Seekers. And now they're pushing towards the screen. For the defenders, DSG is trying to push back from the A ramp area. So it's going to be a ring around the rosy for this retake. 3 players of DSG moving down. Wall about to dissipate and has done as well. J1 getting that first and a second pick just as soon as the smoke blooms. There's that pinch on the A heaven side for Complexityy. It's working out for their Thrifty. A huge flash. misu is able to dodge it and does have support as well from Hannah on the top. Now individual plays. A double swing coming out from Complexityy. A 2v1 in that area as the Viper is trying to move in for the defuse. Denied by Clawdia. And there's misu falling down. And the Lenovo Legion Thrifty by Complexityy. So Seekers to come out at the same time. The execution towards the B side. Showstopper at the same time. It's going to be an open site. Actually, Jazzyk1ns going all the way, following the Seekers at the same time. There's that Paranoia to try to answer back, but that space has been gained. Seekers also getting information on 3 players instantly towards that mid side. The pit, exactly, goes back towards the spawn.
That's a nasty pit too. It takes care of all of alleyway and a little bit of Raptors control too. LazyLion have to drop down completely blind. There is neural threat from dodonut though. Not a single player from Complexityy has fallen, so not available just yet.
First contact is going to come through here from LazyLion, but Lace, meanwhile, has dropped their teammate, and the second one being LazyLion themselves. Lace is just continuing on this second half to do whatever she can, and she's definitely stepping up, continuing to step up from yesterday. And as the other numbers are just all dwindling down, I mean, look at all these X's. It's been a crossfire setup no matter what from the beginning to the end. And the last player will have to save their, her weapon. It's going to be dodonut. And Complexityy will take the lead 10-9.
Good alternative plan. A-side fast execute didn't quite work out. Tried to push up heaven, had some control, leaving Jazzyk1ns there. Now dialing back, getting out the lockdown to prevent it from being taken down so early on, but now the execute's underway. Already DSG right on the precipice, waiting for that plant to go down.
That's going to be Jay1 that's going to put it through. Lace is just trying to delay with that first flash. Rayse playing the off angle at the bottom of the A ramp just by the orb. Knows that the Rayse is going to be very close. That's LazyLion trying to close the gap. 2 kills away for them to get the showstopper up. Now walking down for the contact. Rayse loses that fight. 1 more needed for LazyLion. Huge paranoia coming out now from misu that allows now DSG to retake the site slowly. Another flash, but LazyLion gets blinded by it. A trade-off happens. Clawdia answers back now on a 2 versus 1 towards the off angle. Unstable moves in, gets the pick, and DSG's able to come back for the retake and keep the game close.
Well, the rest of Complexityy, they're focusing their prospects outside of B. Showstopper in return, though, against the Trailblazer, misses.
What a nice piece of utility exchange there. That is hats off to Lace once again as Rayse is looking for that push on the other end. There's that walk across, it gets denied, but you still have that pinch coming in from Jazzyk1ns that made it towards that vent, as you mentioned here, Keg. So now she gets control of the A sign. There's still Seekers available exactly that goes out for Lace, and it could actually suffocate Hannah within this pit.
Absolutely now. Through the pit. Jazzy still holding on. Toto completely unaware. How could you?
And there's that flash. Hannah's just holding back within the pit, doing her job as much as she can. The battle's going to have to be important towards the A heaven. Once again, you have to try to eliminate Jazzyk1ns, who's looking towards the vents. LazyLion's already moving through. There comes all the picks. Last one spotted at the top of A heaven. Jazzyk1ns once again Night and day performance now puts Complexityy at map and series point.
Keep in mind, DSG2 came into this tournament as the top seed. They can't go down like this, but there's one round left. Jazzy found so much impact early on, and Unstable's on the chase.
Oh,
no way, the timing.
almost spotted Jazzyk1ns there, but there's a timing to still take her down. There's that repivot all the way back towards the spawn to A main. The nice little pick, not giving a chance here for Unstable to move out to pick up the weapon, but at least dodonut will do so.
Perfect opportunity for the neural theft now. Look at the call, the rotates back over towards A site. Everyone in Complexityy discovered.
Second ping out, Jaewon was just waiting there for Unstable to swing out. Unfortunately, an overcommitment, but the crossfire is still there because of the neural theft. The instant rotate came across for DSG. 3 players alive on both ends as the plant is coming down with 30 seconds left on the clock. It's planted safe towards the back. So now for Complexityy, they actually have to turtle in within the A site. The wall coming up at the same time, and slowly DSG are moving in. Spotted by the alarm bot, left behind by Clawdia. 2 nanoswarms still available.
Paranoia out, 1 smoke to work with. dodonut has spy cam out. All coalesce towards the back of sight.
Last star was already been used. It gives an opportunity now for DSG to move in. A flash now, only Rayse solo. Makes it a 1 versus 1 against misu. That clock is still ticking down. She hears the drop. Now plays the time to her favor. Jiggling across towards the elbow. Misu's making her way in front of that map. And the smoke comes up, the spray comes in first, and now it's going to be too little too late.
Never.
Rayse will run in and get the last pick and allow Complexityy to eliminate DSG and move forward in the cozy clash presented by Lenovo Legion.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my new channel. Until next time.
If I got you, look at the sky when you go outside, and know there is nothing to keep me back.